about your music, about your image, about your social media sites and all your pages. We can help you so much really get your sound out there.
You are now listening to the BVMobileApps podcast. The show is designed to help you grow your mobile app audience and get advice from experts in your industry. Now, here's your host, Sean Garvey.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's the architect himself, Sean Garvey, the host of BVMobileApps podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you want to learn more information about BVMobileApps, or if you are in the market of getting your app customized, what are you waiting for? Go to their website right now, bvmobileapps.com. That's bvmobileapps with an S at the end.com. Get your app customized today, bvmobileapps.com. This special edition of the show is a continuation of the chopped and screw movement. On the telephone lines, I have a professional who is going to talk to us about how the chopped and screw sound can be beneficial to you as an artist and how it can make your music grow and get to the next level. He is based out of Houston, Texas, and he is expanding all around the world, not just across America, but all around the world, and he is doing major things in the chopped and screw movement. I have the CEO of SlabAllstarz, DJ 666, on the telephone line. Hey, good day, DJ 666. How's it going?
Hey, man, how's it going? I'm well. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I am doing good, and I am so glad to be a part of this continuation of the chopped and screw movement and to have you on the phone lines to give expert advice to up-and-coming rising stars on how they can get involved and how they can take their music to the next level. I want to begin the interview by asking you, how did you get the stage name DJ 666? Where did that come from?
Growing up, I was really inspired by 3-6 Mafia. Back then, they went by 666 Mafia, and they were really into chopped culture as well. And I thought it would be really appropriate to kind of stick to my roots because they were kind of the artists that introduced me to chopped. And 666, it just sounded so sick, you know what I mean? So I thought, like, in honor of them, to keep it going, keep the 666 legacy alive. And basically, it's in honor of them.
And it's so interesting that you brought 3-6 Mafia to the table in this discussion. I've always felt that groups and artists like 666 Mafia brought a very unique sound to hip-hop, to the music industry. Whoever knew that 666 Mafia or 3-6 Mafia would go on to win an Oscar for that song, It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, from Hustle and Flow back in 2004, 2005. So we've seen a lot of great things, a lot of monumental things happening from artists, from 666, especially from the chopped and screw movement. Now, let me ask you this, like, for those that are familiar or somewhat familiar with chopped and screw movement or with the chopped and screw sound, what does chopped and screw mean to you as a DJ?
Chopped and screwed, to me as a DJ, is a very unique sound. It showcases high levels of DJ skill, such as like one-click flare orbit scratches and a lot of fader techniques. You're always on that fader. Just to me, it demonstrates a high level of DJ skill. It's also with like an amazing sound. Really, it's like a showcase of the most extreme DJ skill to me. And overall, I just think it's an amazing sound in general too.
Now, how did you get involved in the chopped and screw movement yourself?
Well, actually, I acquired a copy of 3-6 Mafia, The Unbreakables, a long time ago. I can't even remember how many years ago, way over 10 years ago. And I love the sound of it. We're just all smoked out one day. I live in a legal state, so it's completely legal. We're all sitting around smoking, and I thought it had an amazing sound, and became obsessed with it. And then one day I got on my laptop, this was at the very beginning, and I ended up getting some bootleg copies of Virtual DJ, FL Studio, programs like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just began experimenting with it because I was just so influenced by it. I felt like I had something to contribute to it. Really, I was terrible, but we all got to start somewhere. And it was basically just from that. My sister's boyfriend was a real tech kind of guy on computers. He got me these programs, and I just hit the ground running and started experimenting with it. Overall, just super influenced by it.
Can you expound a little bit about the program that you used to help create that sound? What program did you use?
Now I use the Serato DJ Pro, one of the top programs in the world. Any professional DJ nowadays, most likely you're going to see them using Serato. Back then, it was Virtual DJ, which is still a major contributor to the DJ game. But Serato, in my opinion, is hands down number one. Serato, they have multiple different programs. They have Serato Pro, Serato Lite, Serato Mobile. I just go with straight up Serato Pro. It's got the best features overall. It's got a great tempo range, great sound, super high quality. Just a great program overall.
Is that a particular program you would recommend to a beginner or to someone who is a little bit more advanced?
I would say it's definitely more advanced, especially with it being a pro version. I would say for a beginner to definitely probably start with Virtual DJ. It's a lot more user-friendly, more simple layout. I would say start with Virtual DJ, work your way up. Because once you have a basic understanding of, your looping and how your faders controls work, things of that nature, you can go on to Serato and get some turntables and things of that nature.
But when we talk about chop and screw movement, we also, the other artists that come to people's minds like myself is, your Mike Jones, your Slim Thug, even Paul Wall, a few others to just name. I mean, we can go on and on and on because it's such a large list. Do those artists come to your mind as well whenever you are making that chop and screw sound? And are they instrumental to you in your music career just as much as 3 6 Mafia?
Absolutely. I mean, I would say they're some of the forerunners of sound themselves. Being from Houston, I mean, if you listen to their music, they're always talking about Screw himself, DJ Screw, Robert Earl Davis. They're talking about the sound, chop and screw. They're talking about it all. I would say they're definitely very, very influential to me and probably a lot of people for chop and screw. And it's actually funny you got to mention Mike Jones because we are actually working with him right now. And we're also working with Big Pokey of SUC, and they are the originators. We're working with them on a very Houston-style track right now. But yeah, definitely overall, I would say they are heavy hitters when it comes to sound, chopped and screwed overall.
Now, let's talk about your brand, your clique or crew, however you want to call it, the SlabAllstarz. What does it take to create an organization like the SlabAllstarz, first and foremost? What does it take?
It took a lot of groundwork, man. I mean, for me, myself, it took about 10 years of constant grinding, getting my name out there. To create it, we needed to build a platform. We had to build a platform overall. We had to build something that was ours, something that we could put our music on, something that we could get out there, our sound and our image. And that's where Slaughterhouse Radio come in. I was originally part of Slaughterhouse Radio, and I still am. I'm the main DJ for them. And I approached my manager with this idea of SlabAllstarz, and he told me to run with it. And it took a lot of work, a lot of grinding. We looked all around for the top screw DJs out there. You name it, YouTube, SoundCloud, Audio Mac, Apple Music. We searched everywhere for the names that seemed to pop up the most. majority of it seemed to be recruiting these DJs and just getting the name out and showing them who we were. A lot of hard work, dedication, a lot of long nights.
Now, the Slab All-Stars, who all is a part of this conglomerate organization?
We have DJs worldwide. We have about 18 right now. And for the life of me, sometimes I can't even remember everybody's names, but I'm going to try to do my best right now. We have myself, DJ 666. We have my co-leader and co-owner, DJ Live Evil. Much love to him. We have DJ Scissor, DJ Slowpoke, DJ Cigarillo, DJ 303, Abstract Cutter. Ooh, man, there's a lot. That's what I mean. There's so many, I forget all their names sometimes. DJ Anonymous, DJ J-Ton. See, there's so many, I can't even remember all of them right now. Here, let me pull up my phone and I can read their names in order. I got to save all those right in my gallery. So we have DJ Chucksta, Screwpeen, DJ D-Lowski, DJ Baby Boy, Assless Effed Up, myself, DJ 666, DJ Red Rum, DJ Live Evil, DJ Scissor, Abstract Cutter, DJ 303, DJ Diamond Ring, DJ Spank Rogers, DJ Cigarillo, and DJ J-Fun. It's hard to keep track of, as you can see.
Yeah. So has there ever been a situation where you got up on stage and you may have accepted an award or some type of recognition for what you do, and you got to do your shout-outs, you got to do your thank yous? Has there ever been a situation where you may accidentally forgot one of those DJ names and they felt some type of way about it?
I mean, I've definitely forgotten names several times, as you're mentioning, especially during awards or interviews, things of that nature. But they never feel any type of way. You know, we go on to rectify if there's any type of hard situation. I do my absolute best, though, to, like in this case, have my phone near me so I can pull up the list as quick as possible, because everybody deserves their credit. And, you know, this isn't just me. I wouldn't be here without all of these people, you know, all of these people. They mean so much to me. And, of course, my manager, Vic New, Kevin Solomon at Slaughterhouse Radio, a huge debt to him as well, because, I mean, he was the original builder of a lot of these platforms, and, you know, to this day we're still partners, and he is my right hand when it comes to Slab All-Stars.
DJ 666, this is a great segue to talk about those artists that are listening to us on how we can take their music to the next level. I want you to explain to our listeners, how does the chop and screw sound, or the music, how can that particular sound take that person's music to the next level?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first and foremost, our two radio stations are actually #1 award-winning, hottest in the streets for the underground. So we do for the underground artists what these big radio stations and these mainstream radio stations are doing for the mainstream artists. So first and foremost, them coming to us, we're going to put them on worldwide, every country. It doesn't matter where you are. Thanks to BVMobileApps, people are listening to you 24 hours a day. We have an amazing platform with some amazing people to help you and really get your sound out there. And Screw is worldwide. It takes your music to the next level, because, I mean, there's so many variations of it and so many skill techniques that the original song you recorded, let's say it's getting its hype and it's running, it's got its momentum, it's doing great on Apple, it's hitting all the charts and everything. And then we chop it. That offers a completely new version of the song that already has so much popularity. And you can target people again with this amazing remix of the same song, but it sounds completely different. So really, you're getting double the bang for your buck. You're taking something you already created and you can redistribute it again at an insane level. And we can, what's great, like I mentioned, because we're partnered with BVMobileApps, we can directly target these people right off our mobile app. We can send them push notifications about you, about your music, about your image, about your social media sites and all your pages. We can help you so much really get your sound out there, and that is why we are one of the top contributors, especially in the chopped and screwed industry, because there's really no one else doing what we're doing except ChopStars. Shout out to ChopStars. I'm also a former ChopStars DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, nobody's doing what we're doing, and that's why we're so good at what we do, and we can really get your sound out there.
Do you all handle artist development for younger or for new artists coming into the game, or should they already have that down packed before coming to you guys?
I mean, overall, we prefer if they have at least a base knowledge, but that's what's great about us too. We will help them and mentor them and show them things. So skill levels of any range. You could be an expert, at rapping or singing or whatever it is you do, or you could be a beginner and come to us, and we will help guide you. So overall, any skill level, it doesn't matter if it's hopefully it's not your first day, but it doesn't matter if it's your first day or your 1000th day. I mean, overall, we're there for anybody, take them in any direction they need.
Now, let's talk about the traveling aspect when it comes to going around to different places across the country or around the world, especially when you travel with the SlabAllstarz DJs and artists. How do you go about putting together a travel budget to make sure that everything stays in line financially when you all go out to perform and to do what you guys love to do? How do you stay in line with the budgeting aspect as far as traveling goes?
This is a great question. For the most part, another shout out to my manager. He's really good with the budgeting and overall finances of we need to take this much money and put it here, or this much money and put it here, run an ad campaign over here. Myself, my co-leader, and my manager definitely, we all put our heads together, and when we do, we come up with some great things. I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be unforeseen things that come up. Say you're out touring and you break down, you're stuck out there. That's some money that's going to have to come out that you didn't plan on. So I would say always have, a cushion, a little extra backup for sure. Traveling is expensive, but it is the most fun experience of your entire life. Like being out there with your DJs and your team, like there's no better feeling. It's like a party 24/7, and at the end of the day, you're getting paid for it. You know what I mean? Overall, just a lot of planning. It's basically like running a house. You know what I mean? You sit down, you write a budget, put your expenditures here, some over here, and overall, just have a really solid plan. Try to plan out anything that's going to come up, accidents, unforeseen things. Maybe you'll stay an extra night at this place, food, and make sure everybody's contributing too. We try to make sure everybody's bringing something to the table, especially if we're out on tour. Bring your own money, of course. But yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: as far as traveling goes, so there's a young DJ or an artist that is wondering, well, how long do I have to be away from my family to go out and perform? Or, if I'm a part of the SlabAllstarz organization, how long are we talking about, DJ 666? Like, are we talking about weeks, months, almost a year? How far does one have to be away from their family to travel abroad, especially with the SlabAllstarz organization?
Right. It could definitely range. It could be a short tour. We have a couple cities booked to where, we're only going to 2 or 3 places. So it could be short, just a couple of weeks, because we really try to, make sure each venue is within a couple of days of each other. That way you're not sitting around for a week. Or it could be, the entire summer, could be a few months, because that's where any artist is making majority of their money is out on tour. That's the ideal place to be. So the longer you're out there, the more money you're making, but at the same time, you're also spending money. So it can definitely range. To answer your question, it could be a couple weeks to a couple months, unless we have a very, very big budget. We really try to plan accordingly for it and try to only do a couple shows at a time, go back home, because, we all got family at home at the end of the day. But I would say definitely next summer, people could plan on a really long tour, a really long one.
What advice would you give to a artist or a DJ who is out on the road performing? What are the do's and do nots? You spoke about summer. That's the time of the year a lot of DJs and artists make their money. But I've heard so many stories of what DJs and artists could end up getting themselves into, especially when they are around so many people. It could land them on the news or something. You know what I mean? So, like, what are the do's and do nots when traveling as an artist or a DJ?
My number one big thing for the do's and do nots would be you're your own worst critic, but don't be too hard on yourself. Like I said, unforeseen things. You can't always plan for everything. Say you go out there and you have a great set, but your program freezes up, or there's a lag and it glitches, just because you had that one bad moment. Don't let it ruin your whole tour. Don't let it ruin everything. For the most part, audiences are pretty understanding, especially live performances. They know a lot of things can go wrong. And just don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too critical of your work. Definitely don't go out and party too hard the night before and ruin your show by being all messed up. I've seen a lot of times DJs can't perform because, they're so messed up from the night before. Oh, man, I got such a hangover, and things of that nature. Definitely when you're on tour, use protection if there's groupies, because there usually is. Definitely do that. Don't blow all your money, because, that party lifestyle, like I was saying, you feel like a party 24/7. Don't go out there and blow all your money because you're having the time of your life. A big do would be, remember, at the end of the day, this is work. This is your job. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to embarrass yourself, get too messed up, do something stupid, like you were saying, end up on the news. You don't want to ruin your reputation while you're out having the time of your life, hard as that can be. So definitely my biggest recommendation is not avoid temptation, but manage temptation properly, because there's going to be a lot of temptation and you're going to be very susceptible to it.
Now, DJ 666, I know you got to go, and we only have a few minutes left right here on the BVMobileApps podcast, but I want to piggyback on part of the conversation regarding chop and screw, because this is what it's all about. We want to help artists and DJs take their music to the next level with the chop and screw sound. Right now, it's mostly about the trap sound. The trap music, we hear it all the time on radio. We listen to it on our phones a lot, whether it's the artist or we hear the trap beats. How can one artist survive under the chop and screw sound and compete with or against the other artists that are bringing that trap sound to the music industry?
That's a great question, and it's taken me a majority of my career to figure that out. You got to constantly be pushing product out. You're not going to get paid for every single mix. You got to constantly be pushing product out there to survive. You got to keep people's attention and definitely be versatile. Say, of course, everybody's got their personal preference to music. You know what I mean? Mine is rap for the most part. Sometimes my manager will suggest R&B or even some type of alternative music. My advice to really survive against the competition, especially these big teams, is to be versatile. Go outside your comfort range of music you would normally pick. Try to look at what's trending, what people are into. Be versatile. constantly be pushing new product out, and really make sure it is the absolute best work you can put out. Do not rush anything, because that is the number one thing that these screw DJs doing, is they rush these products out, and they're absolutely garbage. No offense to anybody. They just rush these products out because they're trying to do what I'm saying and keep creating content, but it's terrible content. Mm-hmm. So be versatile, be consistent, steady pushing, and always make sure you're absolutely killing yourself with the best product you can.
DJ 666, we had a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of layers to fill regarding getting the artist's music to go to the next level with the chop and screw sound. And I mean, to this very day, I listen to chop and screw music all the time, especially when I'm driving or when I'm at the gym working out. I gotta have that chop and screw sound, and that, I think that is one of the most big things that has helped hip hop go to the next level. So with that being said, you got a lot going on, DJ 666. What's next for DJ 666? Any upcoming projects? Any upcoming events?
Oh, yeah. We're going to keep expanding for sure overall as a team. For me personally, there's some great projects coming out. I just got to do a project with Black. There's also a project coming out with Immortal Technique. A lot of people are really excited about that one. And overall, just developing the radio further and giving people brand new content daily. That's my daily struggle, is I can't record as much as I used to because I'm running a radio station now. But definitely they can look forward to this new Black tape, the Immortal Technique. We also have the product. That is a great mixtape series, and it is random songs, random artists, some old school, some brand new, guaranteed. Everybody will love it. It's called The Product, and that is a monthly shipment. We ship out a new product every month. And just look for that name, The Product. That is my number one recommendation.
Regarding social media, of course, we're going to give our listeners your social handles in just a few moments. But with the marketing on social media, how do you go about marketing the brand and or your product on social media?
I like to call it targeting for marketing. You definitely want to track specific audiences. For us, of course, it's Chop and Screwed. We want to track fans of Chop and Screwed. We want to track the hashtag series. Chop and Screwed, Screwston. Always use your hashtag. Every hashtag you can think of to really target these audiences. You can also target them specifically. Let's say, for example, on Facebook, you run an ad campaign for $20. You can target the whole city of Houston, which is going to be your number one bet for Chop and Screw, because that's the city of Screw. So definitely focus on your targeting and focus on the people that are going to want to absorb these ads, people that are going to want to see them. You don't want to target some group of people that really don't care, you know what I mean? You don't want to waste your time on all these people that aren't going to be bothered with it. You want to target your specific audience, and that is definitely, I think, the best advice I can get is just pretend you're the consumer for a minute and think what you'd want to see, where you would be, and things of that nature.
And I just got to ask you this before we let you go. How is your Chop and Screw crew different from all the other Chop and Screw crews and cliques that are out there? What makes you different and unique from the others?
Absolutely. I would say my sound is different overall because I focus on what Chop and Screwed is supposed to do. It's supposed to trip you out and sound just wild. Let's say you live in a legal marijuana state, you get smoked out, and you're listening to some Chop and Screwed. You want it to really sound trippy, you know what I mean? You want it to just sound trippy overall. And I would say mine is different in that nature because I focus more on trippy versus the conventional Chop and Screwed sound. Don't get me wrong, it's great, and I utilize it too. But I have created this hybrid of classic screw sound mixed with a trippy sound to just give you a very unique experience overall.
And, of course, you have the app, which is available. courtesy of BV Mobile Apps, and people can download it, can get it on their phone and listen to 24/7 music of chop and screw songs, chop and screw music, and you have, like you mentioned a few times during the interview, you have your own radio station. So I'm going to let you have the floor and talk to the listeners about how they can get the app and, how they can reach you and how they can be a part of the Slab All-Stars movement.
Absolutely. And I was waiting to definitely say BV Mobile Apps. If you're looking for a mobile app developer, a great platform, you guys definitely want to go with them. They have the absolute best customer service I've ever had, and they never have any issues. But let's just say you did have the customer service issue. These guys are great. They know what they're doing. They always get the problem solved, and they're very, very fast to respond. You can email them personally. I believe my manager even has Sean's number. They're just great people overall, great platform, and it is so versatile. No matter what platforms your music are on, you can get your music out there being partnered with BV Mobile Apps, and it is definitely worth the money. And overall, I just want to say thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this interview. It's good to be recognized for sure. And I just want to say much love to my team, my manager, and make sure you guys get our mobile apps. We have 2 mobile apps. One is SlabAllstarz with BV Mobile Apps. So just type in Chopped and Screwed or SlabAllstarz on the App Store. You can also get our other mobile app, Slaughterhouse Radio, #TAWSHR, Tosher, TAWSHR. That is also a BV Mobile Apps partner, and we have the mobile app for that on the App Store and Google Play. You can catch both of our stations on either one of the apps, but each app has its own individual content, so definitely get them both. They are both free, no charges ever, we promise. We're very, very stuck to delivering you guys free content, because at the end of the day, who doesn't love free content? What do you got to lose? And definitely hit us up on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and definitely Instagram. We're always on Instagram and Twitter. Our Twitter is our BMI tracker, so it's always keeping you up to date every single minute of what's playing on the radio. And you can listen to all of it through our BV Mobile app, SlabAllstarz. Instagram, we're always uploading new pics, the new album coming out. So many great things to come, guys. And I want to thank all of our fans. I want to thank you for having me. And I'd say that's about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, DJ 666 of Slab All-Stars. I wish you the best. And you have given us some valuable information on how artists can take their music to the next level. So we really appreciate your time, and thank you so much.
Absolutely. You have a great day.
Thank you for tuning in to the BV Mobile Apps podcast with your host, the architect Sean Garvey. Now, if you want to go back and listen to all the previous podcasts from BV Mobile Apps, or if you want to learn more information about BV Mobile Apps, including how to customize your own app through BV Mobile Apps, all you have to do is go to the website BVMobileApps.com. That's BVMobileApps.com.
It's a new year. It's a new day. I'm starting it over. Starting the day.
Thank you for listening to the BV Mobile Apps podcast with your host, Sean Garvey. For more information about BV Mobile Apps, visit the website, BVMobileApps.com. Don't forget to follow BV Mobile Apps on social media at BV Mobile Apps. Tune in again next time on the BV Mobile Apps podcast.